Okay, the one thing that is annoying about my
They still didn't even
is I hate that Bennett feels so
vindicated.
like vindicated.
Yeah, that was sick.
I kind of hate that. But
I don't like Bennett being right. But at least he like, I mean, Bennett.
But like it's not like Alejandro was dumb. Like
Alejandro saved me a couple travel councils ago when we had the second swap by playing his idol on me, and if I would have gone to the end with him, I would have looked like his pawn. So my best move was to get rid of him in 7. This vote was the best way to do it, and I rallied the troops. I got Sarah on my side, I got Jack on my side, I got Andrea on my side, and I got Emily on my side, and that's like my core 5 right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit. I need to sit.
7. He did everything.
Yeah. That's what, we just had to ride along behind him.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
He's been the main strategist this entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
It's every vote you can probably pinpoint to starting with Alejandro.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit at the end with Davey, and I don't want to sit at the end with Kyle. So I guess that leaves some combination of Paddock and Andrea and Sarah. And I think any of them I could beat, but any of them could also beat me. But once it's at 4, it is completely unpredictable as to where it goes from there.
I don't know. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I figured you wouldn't do it.
No, I would have done it.
Oh, okay.
I would have done it because I was talking to Sarah because he said that Sarah and I are the only people that have not received votes in the game so far, and I was like, why the fuck would you say that? Like,
Who said that, Alejandro?
Alejandro said that, and I was like, well, I also told you and I told you, like, we're not gonna win if we.
Playing against him. That's why I was confused. Yeah, that's why I was confused when people said that Davey was going for Jack because
I wasn't going for Jack.
that's all.
I've always been pink strong until we decided that we were gonna turn on Alejandro because he was gonna win the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. You were the person he trusted the most, though. And if you acted different, he would have caught on right away.
Right. I mean, Alejandro got blindsided, which means that I'm the next target. I wanted to work with the jury, but Alejandro was the one that was there, like, don't do that. And I guess they're gonna say I told you so, but not if I have anything to say about it. I also keep thinking about like what my resume would be. I don't really have a resume. I've just like co-signed on things that like he's done and like kind of just been social with everybody so that we're all on the same page.
That's how I feel at this point, like, I mean,
this is more your life than mine.
I feel great about my odds, but I'm willing to work with whoever's willing to take it.
Yeah, so like I've done it before. I'm not doing it again. I'm not writing your name down. I cannot afford to do that.
Too many people have done it.
Too many people have done
Other
it.
people have done it. Cliche at this point.
Final 6. We are in the final 6. If I don't win immunity, I'm playing this. So final 5. Davey's making a pitch on why he doesn't have a resume. And as somebody with a resume, I want people without resumes out now. Now that Alejandro's gone, someone everyone could focus on, I need to gear it. I need to convince people that they're big enough threats that they need goats out because a goat will, someone like, or no one's a goat in this 6. Let me rephrase that. No one's a goat, but not everyone's a threat. So people who are threats need to work together. It's final 6. I have a feeling that once this is all gone, I'm gone.
My goal right now, I think Andrea should go next, or Davey. I don't care which one, but one of those two has to go because I have a pact right now with Sarah and Jack to go to the finals, and that's who I'd like to sit with. We can't sit with Emily because she's gonna win she won the jury's hearts already, and she's got a hell of a track record with immunity wins now and idol fines and falling out of trees.
To yourself to like think you're just.
Do you want to? If she doesn't win immunity,
I'm okay.
should we just like divide the vote?
Divide the vote?
Like Jack, I don't know. I'll put it.
Me.
I mean, I just like honestly because I was out of the last one, I will literally do whatever. I will literally do whatever.
Like I don't think he's he's our best bet.
I was here for all the moves. I was involved in all the moves. I really want to get an individual immunity win, so I have something beyond just I have an idol. I played an idol, voided 2 votes. It'd be really nice to have one more thing to add.
Alright guys, welcome to your next immunity challenge. Paddock, I'll take back the immunity necklace. Immunity backups for grabs. Okay, so for this challenge, you guys will have a puzzle in which you must maneuver a golf ball around the wooden cutout circles up to the top and push the ball through twice. The first person to do it twice will move on to the second round, and then the winner from that final round will win immunity. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, survivors ready. Go.
Oh my God!
Sarah going for the quick and fast approach. What?
Are you serious? You're insane. That was insane approach. I got one.
Okay, survivors ready. Go. Oh, Jack drops. Kyle got one in.
Probably should lower it first.
Jack drops. Kyle drops.
Too strong.
Jack has one. Kyle moves on to the final round. Woo! All right, guys, this is the final round. Survivors ready. Go. Sarah drops. Kyle with the first one. Sarah with her first one. Kyle with the second one. Kyle needs one more. Sarah with her second one. Super close. Sarah drops. Kyle drops. Sarah's right there. Can she do it? Kyle! Kyle, congratulations.
Yeah.
You're safe at the next tribal council. Unfortunately, one of you guys will be the next person voted on.
You know, Davies probably should go. I'm nervous about some of the other people. Emily's gonna play her idol probably. She should. If she doesn't, she's got one more round to it, but I want to split the votes if I can get people to do it just so because she's such a jury threat.
Honestly, like, I have a plan. I really want to see Pink's loyalty, because if Pink gets to the end and they like vote me out right now, I'm not gonna vote for them. Like, fuck, like, Pink power or whatever it is. Like, you need to be nice. Like, I've always been loyal and I've always been honest, so please, like, do me the courtesy of just like being honest and real with me. I've never blindsided anybody in that group except for Andrea, and she keeps surviving, which I think she's gonna do for the longest. Like, and I get voted out next. Like, my votes are gonna go to you, because I've wanted Pink to stay strong for however long we've like played. Do you think that's feasible?
So getting Andrea out?
Yeah.
I think Emily and Andrea are tight, so you would just need me and Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk to Jack. The threat with Andrea is that I don't think the jury likes her at all, and so she's a spot in the final three. That someone is like, that is not, you know, us. So I think that's like her kind of threat.
Based on last season, which hopefully you viewers have watched by this point, I think I tried to play a game like Gary and just kind of slide through, but I'm too much like Anessa, and I think I'm gonna play the Anessa role this season, which is like super schemey, kind of, you know, not viewed as a like contender to win. You know, I gotta work on, if I make it to the end, I gotta work on my jury speech, although I still may not, because people keep writing my name down. Like, every tribal I think I've had more votes than any person here. I have been to more tribals than any person here. Like, it has been really hard for me to make it this far and to survive.
Can we just like make it a tie, like throw votes on Jack, and then like people make it a tie vote, and then just like send me out on a tie? Like, I don't want to just be like dogpiled with votes. Like, just think about it. Like,
Yeah.
You want to make it look good.
I just want to make it look good. Like, I want to go out like, oh, you should have listened to like the people on the jury.
You don't want Ben to say, calm down. Nobody wants that.
I really don't want him to say I told you so. What are you thinking?
I'm scared of her, but I think she just told me she's playing her idol.
Yeah.
I want to target her back. She just told me. I was like, you're gonna be fine tonight. Play it next week when you need it, or next tribe when you need it. But she's like, no, I want to play it tonight. I don't feel safe. All right. Well, who you feel comfortable? I know you're doing anything.
I literally would vote Jack. I would go Andrea. I would do you a solid and get Andrea out finally. Like
I think she's just gonna get, the jury's not gonna give her time of day.
That's true. If you don't want to do Andrea, I'll do Jack.
Okay, let's do Jack.
Can we do Jack?
I'll do Jack. I gotta talk to, because we need what, you, me, and
one more.
We need one more. So who do you think we can get?
Andrea.
Emily. No, let's get Emily.
No, I mean you can get Emily too, but Andrea also told me like if you come to me with the name, like we'll make it a tie and then like we'll let you go out in a tie. If you, me, and Andrea like vote for Jack, like I will use my advantage and I will just get him out.
That's true, you got the extra vote, right?
And then I will just make us all look good. I don't want to give my jury vote to Sarah and Jack, who literally just backstabbed me, and Pedicure if she gets there, which, like, I'm also an immunity winner. Like, I could beat her in her future challenge. Like,
yeah, she scares me.
Just please think about it.
Okay, no, that's actually a good pitch to me because I feel like having like advocates on the jury is really good. I don't have any.
Like,
they all hate me.
No, you've made really good points. I'm scared of everybody, like, just coming together when you're gone against me.
yes, I know that I'm a threat, but I'm a threat that's on your side, and I've always been loyal.
You have.
I've always been loyal.
Yeah.
And I'm a good talker, and Alejandra's a good talker. Like,
So you just want a tie?
I just want a tie.
Okay, so so the three of us vote?
Us three vote Jack, they vote me.
Okay.
It's a tie, re-vote.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
Davey might be a good ally. Maybe I do want to keep Davey around. But my biggest threat right now is definitely Emily.
Davey, I have no idea what he thinks the plan is. I told him I would talk to Jack about voting Andrea, and I'm pretty sure Emily talked to him about voting me, and Andrea talked to him about voting Emily. So I have no idea what his vote is like. And I hope he doesn't slay Kyle.
Sarah and I have worked together this whole game, so I would really like to be able to say we played the whole game together. But I also think that any move that I've made, she's made as well. And we're gonna bump into each other.
Isn't he?
Every time other people meet to vote for me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I never said that. I never said that. You know that you and I have been like this from the beginning. I've never said your name once.
Is it mine?
I did say yours. I did say yours.
I mean, you gotta tell him someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not holding it against you.
I've only said your name because you were the decoy before.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, he was super though. Yeah. Andrea, like, I feel like she's a threat. I would vote Andrea.
Me too.
Andrea? Yes. It's my extra vote. I got it in the Munchkins box. Pink power.
Yeah.
Pink power. Andrea.
I want to save my idol. But that's not the way to go home. Your final six is an idol.
Alright guys, welcome back to Tribal Council. We'll now bring in the members of our jury. Billy, TJ, Bennett, Kai, and Alejandro voted out at the last Tribal Council. Okay, let's talk about the last Tribal Council. There were 7 members. Obviously, it seemed like you guys were a big group, and Alejandro was chosen to be voted out. 2 votes went for you, Andrea. Can you explain what was the process, or what do you think the reasoning was for you to get the vote?
Honestly, I think you probably have some extra parchments with my name on them in there. My name comes up so often. I know that people have been targeting me. I think, especially from the thing, terrible truths or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. That I'm seen as like a little bit of a schemy sort of person. But like I actually am like really solid with the people that I'm with. So I'm just, you know, trying to not be voted out, just like everybody else.
So, idols and advantages are very important in this game. Obviously, it can help project you further. It's known fact, because she showed it last tribal council, that Haddock has a hidden immunity item. So, Jackie, what do you think you need to do in this situation? She has this potential power that could get her easily to the final four. Has that been a little talking point amongst the group, or not at all?
We've definitely talked about it. So there's been discussions about either what do we do about that in terms of stopping it, or what do we do about that in terms of working with it? And I think you have to approach both as an option.
So Davey, the numbers are dwindling. What is your pitch right now?
My pitch is I've literally never voted for any of these four except for, well, sorry, when I say four, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never voted for anybody except for Andrea, and I've been loyal, I've been helpful in challenges, I've proved time to time that I can do it and I can be an asset to you all. The challenges are going to get harder and there are still big threats in the game, and do you want someone as a number to help you try to get immunity so that way you can get the numbers, or do you really send someone to the jury that can actually influence the jury?
Haddock, you talked about strong relationships. Do you feel like at this stage of the game you have strong enough relationships to see yourself in the end game?
I mean, I think we all have strong relationships with each other. We went to double tribal right before merge together, and that really bonded us, and then we've all had time to talk and really get to know each other. And going off of what Kyle said, when you have that necklace, you have the power to be straight with people. Like, that goes a long way in terms of building a relationship. So he's able to do that, which is nice to know that someone's being truthful. When there's 6 people, you hope people are being truthful, but you don't really know.
And before we get to the vote, does anyone have any last words they'd like to say to the group?
Really think about your vote.
Anybody else? No? Okay, so let's get to the vote.
If I go home tonight, I'm okay. I'm going in the pool.
If I'm gone tonight, at least I did that.
Okay guys, if anyone has the hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I will read the votes. First vote, Davey. Second vote, Andrea. 1 vote Davey, 1 vote Andrea. Vote, Davey. 2 votes Davey, 1 vote Andrea. Fourth vote, Andrea. That's 2 votes Davey, 2 votes Andrea. Fifth vote, Davey. That's 3 votes Davey, 2 votes Andrea. Next vote, and the 6th member of our jury is Davey. Davey, you need to bring me your torch. Alright, Davey, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
And I'll be letting go now.
Good, that is good.
Alright, good job guys. You have outwitted, outplayed, and outlast 13 other people at this point. There's a few more challenges, and we're going to be at the end. Let's see how you do.
I mean, it's a cool way to go, knowing that you're such a big threat that nobody wants to take you, but I think that they really fucked up. And that seems to be the word that I keep saying every single time that I'm on camera. But truly, I had a blast, I had a great season, and I hope that I'm considered for an All-Stars, because I'd come back.
He had a double. Also, like, he didn't style them different, so they both had little hearts on them. And I already knew he had somebody told me he had a double. I knew he was gunning for me. He's been voting for me. My name comes up every tribal. I'm gonna survive. Like, oh my god.
Okay, so Jack is with us. Yeah, our Pat is with Andrea is with us. Everyone's with us.
We get to the end as long as it's not like, oh, I'm going to my throat or I'll start to my throat.
But you know, going forward, I gotta win. I gotta win and hopefully convince everybody else that I'm not the big threat. That hopefully the jury is seeing me as a good player. So I gotta do some convincing, but I think I have some good relationships and gotta try to win. All right, this is gonna hurt.
All right, this is okay.
And now everyone kiss each other on the lips.
Okay, and a little tongue. Just going at each other.
You know I have a licking problem.
I forgot.
Yeah, Emily with the licking problem.
Wait, no, that wasn't on camera before. Shut up.
Kyle, I'll take that. The immunity necklace. Immunity is back up for grabs. So in today's challenge, it is an endurance competition. You guys each have a pole here. You're gonna have one hand start down here in the brown, while the other arm is over here in the second color. I think it's all blue. You're gonna have the Statue of Liberty bouncing on this flat surface right here. After certain intervals of time, you're gonna move your hand up and up until you no longer can hold it. And once it drops, you're out of this game. The last person left standing wins immunity. Makes sense? Mm-hmm. Survivors ready? Go! Everyone looking good.
How's everyone feeling?
Feels good. How you feel?
The sun is coming out.
It's hot. The Statue of Liberty is very
I went and saw the Statue of Liberty once for my spring break senior year. And I went with my friend and her mom. They're both very stubborn.
So what happened?
We took the ferry and our feet hurt. So we stayed on the ferry. We didn't go on to the island.
Are you serious?
There are bugs. Are bugs bothering anyone?
I'm serious.
There are
I got one on the tip of my flame. It's kind of funny actually.
Oh, that just got real hot.
In 30 seconds, we're going to start the first transition. The transition will be 10 seconds. Now, 10, 9, 8, 7, Jack is out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Andrea, you have to have two hands in the upper part of the pole. You're out of this challenge. We're down to Sarah, Kyle, and Pata. Come on, guys, you have to dig deep. This is a guaranteed spot in the final four. You guys have been going strong for 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
What? It felt like 15.
I'll talk more about my trip to New York. I went to the Empire State Building. Got tickets. But it was cloudy.
Do you? Yeah. Well, I'm asking, like, we're
Valid.
Andrew. Okay.
But that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, what do you think?
Pata talking about her trip, Sarah and Kyle not listening.
No, keep going.
That's fine. They're talking. Talking's what helps.
Should have done your strategy. Brought your arms down low.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking over at the next transition. But the Empire State Building, it was cloudy that day. So we decided.
Are you still going on about this?
Yep.
Oh my god.
We decided we weren't gonna go up. And not
Every single thing we tried to go to was like closed or like shit went wrong.
Okay, guys, in 30 seconds, you're going to have a transition. Start the transition now, guys. One in the purple, one in the red. Paddock is out of this challenge. One. Okay. This would be Kyle's second win. This would be Sarah's first win. She's been waiting for this moment. She's come close so many times.
Emily, how much room do I have to bend backwards? Like, can I tilt it higher up? Or
If you put it higher up, it's gonna tilt.
Okay.
Sarah asking Paddock for some advice.
Kyle, yours is fairly level.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can't really tilt back.
Back.
Kyle's struggling right now.
Holy fuck.
Got it.
Sarah's shaking a little bit. See ya. Kyle with a different strategy.
Yeah, you're good.
Sarah looking solid. You guys have been going for 10 minutes now. The next transition is going to happen in 30 seconds from now. Next transition. Kyle drops. Sarah wins her first individual immunity.
Went backwards.
Congratulations. You are a part of the final four.
Alright. Emily's gonna play her item.
Yeah, so I know we can't take it out. Are you gonna gun for me?
Am I gonna gun for you? Why not Andrea?
I would love to do that. I feel like this is your good opportunity to get rid of me, and I don't want you to.
What is your case?
Because it is, right?
I'm trying to figure out where the votes are.
No, I honestly, because we get to the 4, which is what we talked about. You know, Andrew, she's not gonna get any votes later, but
Yeah.
you know, also
When we're at 4, Emily? What if
Yeah.
Emily wins?
I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, getting 4 would be amazing. So, if you vote me out of 4, I understand. But
Well, I was worried about you voting me out at 4.
no, I actually want to take it again, to be honest.
Yeah.
I actually really do.
Together?
Yeah. Well, I was putting together, I don't think Jack is. I'm gonna beat Jack. I think, but I don't know. He hasn't pissed anybody off. But I want to take it again because I think it shows a sign of appreciation for the game. You want to put it on you?
Yeah, please.
It shows a sign of appreciation for the game that this was my secret ally the whole time, and we can tell people then. Because when did we link up? Early on, right? Early yesterday. Sorry. Let me do that again. You're gonna vote me out for this reason, are you?
No. Well, I still feel like everyone says Andrea's not getting any votes, but I don't think that's true.
No, and I
think Andrea would get.
No,
votes,
I think she would too. And I actually think they'll be pumped if we vote her out, though. They're gonna be mad if she makes it to the end. They'll be pumped if you take her out.
Probably. Everyone's assuming Emily's playing the idol tonight, so really the only options are Andrea, Kyle, and Jack. I'm not voting for Jack, and I don't think people are gunning for Jack because everyone wants to take him to the end. So I think it's Kyle or Andrea. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm right now already pretty freaking out about Emily because I'm getting really kind of emotional because we're really tight, but I know she's gonna win if she goes to 3. So that's really stressful to think about possibly flipping on her. We've been really, really tight along the way, so it would be really devastating to turn on her, but I'm also gonna lose if I don't, so it's hard. Andrea.
Yeah, actually.
I do not be. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he
name,
thinks they're not going to tell me if they're going after you.
Right.
For sure. They wouldn't tell me. So I think he's going after Andrea.
Yeah, I think his pitch to them is going to be going after Jack. So.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as the only other choice.
Yeah.
But I think
You are, yeah. Oh my God, there's so few people.
Yeah.
There's literally like
It
three
literally
choices.
has to be.
There's 3 choices.
Yes, that's it. But of the 3 choices, Kyle's the one on the jury is gonna respect
It's just I have no idea about Kyle's game because we weren't with him. Like I have no idea what his resume is or isn't. Like I have no read on what the jury would
I
think
have
of
the
him.
double tribal and the merge.
And we know how the jury feels about him.
The jury, everyone like Andrea.
Obvious me.
Yeah, your name's coming up, but I also feel like you're telling me that and it could be like
Yeah, but I don't know why. Like they need you to vote.
with them.
They also want you at the end. You know. Like, I
Thanks.
want you at the end. No, I'm like being honest with you. Like
No.
you want to get to the end, right?
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to get to them.
I think Jack's our bet.
Yeah.
He's their only vote because Emily's gonna play her idol.
Yeah, I think I agree that like I have too many names on the jury.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen for me. No, I want to get Kyle out. Too many people like him. Nobody likes me, so whatever. Like I'm willing to. I know that the jury wants like Kyle to win. I know that they're rooting for him, and like I would rather go to the end with like, dang, Girls Alliance. Like I'm down with that. Like, yes, I've lied to everybody, but I like that's because my name is on the chopping block. Like Kyle's throwing out my name. Like I'm not like. I don't want to go home. So like I'm doing what I gotta do to always say it, survive.
So the challenge didn't go well. It was me and Sarah in the final, and my back cramped up, and I just couldn't hold on any longer. It was just excruciating pain. So I'm not immune anymore, and now I'm the biggest threat in the game. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I mean, it's either her or
It's me, right? Yeah. Oh my God, hang on, you got a sweater on you.
Oh my God.
No, it's on me. Okay. You're good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I explained this to Sarah too. It's like, you take her to the end, the hate like carries forward, you know?
Right.
Because they're gonna hate that you brought her.
Yes.
Even though she's not gonna get any votes. But like, you go like with the people that you actually like, they'll be like, all right, this is a good final 3. They want a good final 3.
They want a good.
This is fans of the show. You like a good final 3.
I do.
That's what they want. Like, I just want to get to the next round. I understand if you take me out of 4.
Right.
To be honest, like that makes sense to me.
But
like,
you want to get to 5.
I want to get to 4.
to
Yeah,
stay
I'd
on
like to
4.
at least get there.
And it's gotten to the point now where Sarah has immunity, Paddock has an idol that's going to expire. It's either me, it's Kyle, it's Andrea. It's not going to be me. It's got to be Kyle. Kyle wins the whole jury, and he beats me at the end. I can't do that.
It's like extraordinary. My life is in other people's hands. It has been before in this game, and I've been saved. I have 2 plays that I'm going for. I'm hoping Sarah will save me with Jack. I hope they take me and we put out Andrea. The other plan is I'm gonna set up Emily with a big move proposition because nobody's voting for her and she's gonna play her idol. If she just plays it on me tonight, then I look bad, which I will take in stride because then she looks better for saving me. Okay, I got a crazy proposition for you.
Oh.
This is a
You
big
want me to
game
put
move.
my idol on you?
I do. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about taking credit away from me for whatever decent game I've played?
Here's the thing. You and I are the threats. We've talked about this multiple rounds. I talked about how the question is the perception that like if you go and I'm in the final 4, if I don't win that immunity challenge, I'm out.
Yeah.
Final 4 though, the one thing that concerns me is
If I don't take you, if I win.
yeah, is if either one of us just votes the other one out.
I want to do that. I want to take you to the end. I really do. I feel like we have good stories that actually play off each other. That are different enough.
They are different enough
Yeah.
versus
Here's the thing though too, if, you saved me. I've been saved by idols twice now. That makes me look bad. But like I'm fine with it because I just want to get to the next round.
I guess like
I'm not good at these challenges.
Yeah.
I've won 1.
I like how you're definitely the most straight up person in this game, so I'm gonna be straight with you. Like,
yeah, I got most trustworthy.
Well, not that. No, I'm kidding. But in terms of are we both gonna get there? Like, would you go a 2-2?
Yeah.
And
worst case scenario, I would absolutely give you a 2-2, but like that's if like extraordinary circumstances happen. I want to take you to the end.
Okay, so the question is, who do you want out?
Jack or Andrea?
Jack or Andrea?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's up to you. I'm literally in your hands. You want the move?
Yes.
You want the power move, as opposed to just getting lost with the other ladies? You play that power move, you save me, and then I'm indebted to you. Like I look bad in front of the jury then too. Take credit away from me.
I've heard Kyle from everybody except for Kyle, who told me Andrea.
And Kyle wants Andrea. It's true. And he makes a fucking good argument.
What was his pitch?
His pitch is that Andrea's going to take one of our 4 spots. Because if we get to 4, no one's going to vote out her.
Right.
She's guaranteed a spot.
Yeah,
no one else here is necessarily guaranteed a spot. Because we are all...
yeah, everyone wants to bring her to the end.
We're all different.
Everybody.
We're all at least a little bit different. But the thing that you don't know is Andrea wants a final 3 with me and Sarah.
I figured she did.
Because she wants
it to
female.
be all girls, because then have that be the story.
And so it makes sense for more than one reason, but also I don't want to make the decision based on, I don't want it to be like, oh, that looks good, and have like once you unwrap it, it's not as good.
Right.
So what do you think is best? Because we've never written each other's name down. I don't think we ever will. Right. I never will.
I beat Andrea. I don't beat Kyle. And
yeah,
I'm not going home tonight, and Andrea is. Then I still don't beat anybody. I can't find a combination where I win.
Oh. How do I respond to that, Jack?
It has to be Kyle.
You think it has to be Kyle?
I think it has to be Kyle.
But wouldn't it be much more interesting to have it two, like
a showdown?
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
And you wouldn't be in that, probably. I'm not dumb. I'm assuming Final 4, it's going to be 3-1 on me in any situation.
Yeah. You have a resume.
Yes.
So.
People are really excited to vote Kyle. And nobody, like, the thing around campus, oh yeah, Emily's gonna play your idol. And like, I don't want to play it just because, like, I don't think I'm getting votes. And like, because people don't want their vote to be canceled out. They're like, oh, I want my vote to count in terms of who goes home. So I don't necessarily need to play it myself. It would be real ballsy to save Kyle. Pros of saving Kyle are 2 threats in the Final 4. So I'm not the easy Final 4 boot. My assumption moving forward is in order to make it to the Final Tribal Council, I need to win that last immunity challenge.
Alright guys, let's bring in the members of our jury. Billy, DJ, Bennett, Kai, Alejandro, and Davey voted out at the last tribal council. It seems like there was a 7, then in the inner group of 7, there was a 5. So, where are we at? What is the inner group inside this 5, Andrea?
Sorry, I'm trying to focus on not vomiting right now. Not literally. But just so concerned face with it. You know, like, I've heard so many different sort of scenarios, but I think, like, I'm hopeful that the people I talk to, like, are strong with me.
Are there any remnants from the last few tribal councils coming into play into this tribal council?
I don't actually know. I don't think there's anything from the past. I think there's something new happening.
So tell
that
me
I'm
about
discovering.
it. What's the new thing?
So I didn't know. I think there's a plan right now for a Final 3 girls, right? Final 3 girls. Yeah.
I don't know. There are several possibilities of a potential Final 3 happening.
There are several possibilities, but I feel like this is the new one that's kind of taken like.
So if what you say could potentially be true, what do you do in your scenario since you're not female?
Me and Jack are pretty outnumbered here. It's tough because I feel like that's something they really grasped on all of a sudden. Unless it was happening earlier than I thought, which kudos to you. I've made a couple pitches to each of them, explaining my case, why I think I should be brought to the next round, because at this point I didn't win immunity, so.
Kyle makes the pitch to me that, hey, if I go, it's going to be 3-1 the next tribal. It's going to be 3-1, you're going home, you're 4th place, you're guaranteeing yourself 4th place. And I hear that, and Jack confirmed it, and then Andre and Sarah are both open enough with me to say they consider it. So like that's obviously like a weird thing, and I'm an idol, and so Kyle wants me to play that on him tonight.
Be very nice to do.
I don't see any scenario at all where you do not play your idol on yourself. That's not something I think is even worth considering as an option. There's no reason.
I would also cut in and say that I think a final 3 is not set, and you don't believe me?
Wait,
So
what?
you're saying? I don't think a final 3 is set.
I think the jury, like, they all loved Kyle. They wanted to work with Kyle. They all wrote that Kyle was most trustworthy. Like, I think that you have a better shot with us.
But
Go ahead.
the fact that you say that says, oh, Emily, I know that you have a better shot at beating me, so you should keep me, so, like,
Okay, but look,
You make a good point. You make a very good point.
I mean, like,
Em, you're a threat.
I love that.
You are.
Dude.
You're a threat.
I think we're putting it all out here.
We
Right.
all know.
If you're in the
How do
final
you
5,
keep
you're a
yourself
threat.
here?
I'm not gonna say you're not a
What do you
threat.
got to do at this point to stay?
You play your idol on Kyle.
an idol and then an immunity win.
Yeah.
So
That's what has to
That's
happen.
the only
If
way
you
to get you
don't
to the
vote
final
them out,
3.
Kyle says he'll
If
do a
you
2-2 at
don't-
final 4.
If you don't,
A man of my
vote
word.
them out,
Most
one, they will
trustworthy.
probably, like, they will probably
Very true.
turn on you, and 2, if you go to the end with Kyle, you're gonna lose. Like, your best shot is to, like, take the gamble. Like, because if you go to the end with Kyle, I don't think any of us can beat Kyle. Sorry.
Take a deep breath and trust the people that she's known for a really long time.
None of you were on my original drive.
Oh, Emily.
Alright, guys, does anyone have anything they'd like to say openly before we get to this vote?
I meant what I said, Emily.
So do we.
Okay, so let's get to the vote.
Play your idol tonight. You should definitely play your idol tonight.
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
I don't think any of us can beat Kyle, but I will vote for you, buddy, if you make it to the end. So, however, if it isn't you, it's me, and I hope it's not me.
Emily actually plays her idol for me tonight. This is the vote I promised her. I doubt that happens. So, well played, everybody. It's been a lot of fun.
Alright guys, if anyone has the hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now is the final time to do so.
Chris, this time it's out. I'm not digging in my bag for a minute. Yeah, you don't not play an idol on yourself. That's the last time to play it. So this is for me, Chris.
Okay. So I can confirm that this is a true hidden immunity idol, so any votes cast for Paddock will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote, Kyle. Second vote, Kyle. That's 2 votes Kyle. Third vote, Andrea. That's 2 votes Kyle, 1 vote Andrea. Fourth vote, and the next person voted out of Survivor New York veterans versus contenders, Kyle. Kyle, you'll need to bring your torch.
Yeah, Kyle.
Let's get in. Yeah.
Alright, Kyle, the tribe is spoken. Time for you to go.
Look at
You have made it to the final 4. You have 1 immunity challenge standing in your way to make it to the final tribal council. So this is the time to win. I'll see you guys at the next challenge.
So I got voted out. I made final 5. It was a tough spot. You know, the girls are all linked together. I made a final play for Emily to use her idol on me. I knew it was never gonna work, but you have to try. I backed myself into a corner. You know, that's what Survivor is. You're trying to steer at the same time that you're trying to like avoid things coming at you, and you know it's just hard to multitask that many steps. And had I won immunity, I would have been fine. I was very close. But this was such a wonderful experience. I had a great time. I met some great people. I hope I made some great friends. And you know, it seemed pretty positive. My vote out, everyone seemed really sad about it. So I can at least take that to heart. That I seemed really well liked. I got voted out because people liked me. So that makes me feel happy.
My name I actually have lost count of the last number of tribals that my name has been the other name. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen my name come up there. So it is incredibly stressful. Like, I had I mean, like, you see it on TV and you're like, that's super awesome. And you're like, in there, like, I have no idea how people do this for 39 days, like backstabbing each other in the island, whatever. I'm tired.
I hope that we can at least do a tie. I know we haven't done the challenge.
I haven't talked to Jack. It's gonna be hard to convince.
Jack told me flat out, like, he's voting me at 4.
I mean, you might win the challenge and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, then it's Andrew, right? Don't put me.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Jack.
Literally, that's why, like, just now, I was like, loyalty is more important to me. So
yeah. I want to vote out Andrea. I think Emily's torn between Andrea and Jack. I think Andrea is more hated by the jury than Jack, but I also think the jury does not want to see Andrea in the final 3 and would respect keeping Emily in the game. So even if she doesn't win immunity, I think I would split the vote for Emily. And maybe even hope she loses, because then I get the loyalty card and don't have to go against Emily in the final 3, so that's a pretty ideal scenario.
I know that I lied to a lot of people, like a lot of people, like so many people.
Yeah,
like
Sarah's going back and forth on which one is more important, like which of you she wants to go with.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
And for me, I made that last decision based on loyalty. You and Sarah have been way more loyal to me this game than those 2 boys. I will make, like, we need to vote on loyalty this episode.
So in this case, like, I know people think they're I think you will beat me, but I also, like,
you have a scrapper argument.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my, like, scrappy ass.
Call me out. I don't care.
Like,
yeah.
But I would rather lose to you than, like,
to Jack.
To Jack, yes. I will straight up say to Jack's face, this isn't, like, unless he gets immunity, like, that this is a girl's alone.
What happens if he gets immunity? He votes me.
He votes you? I'll vote with you.
We vote Sarah?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, he gets immunity?
Welcome, guys, to your final immunity challenge. I'll take back the necklace, Sarah. Okay, immunity back up for grabs. For this final challenge, you guys are going to start at the far end of the field. You will race down to here to grab the key. Race back to open a locked box which has a golf ball in it. You will have a flat circular disc. You will have to balance the golf ball all the way back to this point. If you drop the golf ball, you must start from exactly where you are, put it back on your plate, and then keep going. Once you have made it over to here with the golf ball on the ground, you can begin to solve a number puzzle. Once you guys have finished that, you have won the final immunity challenge. Survivors ready? Go! onto the puzzle. Every row
Chris!
Paddock was first, so let's count it. That's incorrect. Chris! Jack wins immunity.
Game.
When I said I was 125% with you, that meant like I wasn't planning to vote you out. I also feel like I'm gonna be the other name, so we should work together.
Yeah. Sarah's gotten her way every freaking time in this game.
Yeah. I don't want it to be me. So
I'll vote with you, obviously.
okay. I feel like we're gonna be good targets.
Yes.
And I don't know how to trust.
Neither one of them is going to tell. Jack's not going to tell us to vote Sarah. Sarah's going to tell you to vote me.
Yeah. Sarah's gonna tell me to vote you. And I need to be there.
I would owe you the world. I don't even know, like.
Right now, Jack won immunity, which I like because then I don't have to convince people to not vote out Jack because him and I have been together since day one. And I feel like we played a very similar game, except I also had a lot of stuff on the side, and I think he was pretty straight, just doing what I told him to do at every tribal. The thing of Emily versus Andrea, though, was really like sending me for a loop. It's like kind of what Survivor's all about. It's like that loyalty versus betrayal thing, and whether you take someone with you to the end for a battle, and no one does that anymore. But right now I think I'm gonna vote Andrea and tie it up because I don't think Jack would change his vote anyways.
Look, honestly, like, I think I have to write her name down. I think, like, if I'm gonna play, like, I've just lied all the time.
I think Jack's writing her name down too.
Okay.
Actually, I know that. Okay. Jack's definitely writing her
Like,
name
if I'm gonna play the I just lied to everybody all the time game, like, I just gotta own it.
Yeah.
I just told Jack you get to pick who wins because you're losing either way. What was I thinking? Of course he's gonna pick his closest ally from the entire game to win over someone who got lucky a few times. I'm gonna put it straight.
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
I think Sarah sweeps over half the jury in that final three. I think I sweep over half the jury in a final three for you and Andrea. From my perspective.
Right.
So you get to choose.
I get to choose who I want to lose to.
If you and Andrea put us to fire.
Yeah, because the fire then. The fire is a huge jury move because then you get to say I fought here.
If she wins the game, my only hope is Andrea. Because if both Andrea and I make it out, I'm just telling Andrea, hey, we tie on Sarah, and you're safe because you're not getting votes. You make it to that final three, Sarah and I go out. I can't convince Jack to tie it up. I haven't talked to Sarah, but I respect her mind a bit too much to ask, I guess.
She's won multiple idols. She's got like multiple votes. I think I just got to write her name down. I think she's writing down my name. Everybody writes down my name. It's like it's rite of passage. I think Sarah and Emily are pretty tight, and I think they've got like a better rapport. And I think Sarah might. I don't know. I gotta talk to Jack. So I'm in like just full blown paranoia, to be honest. I think I'm gonna have to write her name down, even though I don't want to. But
So my next question is, they're talking right now. If we go for her, and they go for you, how do you feel about fire?
Well, we're not literally making fire. I don't think that's going to happen.
How do you feel about tiebreaker? I've been telling everybody
I'm sure
fire.
it's some kind of tiebreaker. Well, I don't know. Like, I'll do it.
You'll do it?
I mean,
I've been telling people fire, because that's what I don't know what else it would be.
I have no idea what happens at a Final Four tie, so I don't know if it's rocks or what. I should probably get that cleared up, because I would not be wanting to go to rocks at 4.
All right, guys, welcome to Tribal Council. We'll now bring in the members of our jury. Billy, TJ, Bennett, Kai, Alejandro, Davey, and Kyle voted out at the last Tribal Council. Okay, I first want to just say that I think it's pretty amazing that in the start of this game, 5 women voted out right in a row. We had 9 men and 4 women, but here in the Final Four we have 3 ladies still representing. So I think that's very impressive, first off. Paddock, you had a lot of anxiety, a little bit of paranoia about whether you should play your idol on Kyle or play it on yourself. You weren't sure about your vote. How do you feel about your situation now? Because you said you needed immunity to make it to the final Tribal Council, and you don't have it.
All 4 of us have the final 3 in our head that we win. And you can't convince somebody to change their perception of you, whether it's the 4 here or whether it's the jury. And people are stuck in their perception. So my goal in this strategy session was just to open up people's eyes to what perceptions were.
Andrea, what do you take from that?
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely a fair point. I mean, I would disagree that everybody, I think, has a final 3 where they win. I don't think everybody's confident enough that there is a final 3 where they win. Everybody's here to play. Like, this is not a group where there's like somebody like who, this guy almost died getting here. Like, this isn't a group where there's like some sort of obvious, person wasn't trying. Maybe people made worse moves, maybe people made better moves, but like everybody wants to win. There's not somebody who's.
But wanting to win isn't going to get you 5 jury votes. Right. It's showing that you played a better game than the other 2 that you're next to.
Right. I think that playing a better game is in the eye of the beholder, and I think we talked about veterans versus contenders, right? This is my first time playing, and like I think I didn't realize, how much, like, I think I was playing the like bulldoze my way to the end strategy, and like, you don't know what the jury thinks of you.
Like, I think what Andrea was getting at was like what type of game the jury respects, because I think everyone here did play. We had a similar game because we were in the same alliance, but we all played it differently, I think. So for Emily, she pulled crazy shit out of her all the time because she was in a position to make big moves. She had a lot of things going for her to help her make big moves, whereas Andrea had votes since the first tribal. And then you flip that and you say Andrea had votes since the first tribal and she's still here, so that's why she's a threat.
Mrs. Jack, you have immunity. How does that feel?
It is a blessing and a curse. I am overjoyed that I am in the final 3, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. I am over the moon about it. And now I have to decide who's going with me. And so that is a challenge because I've worked with all 3 of you this whole game, and all 3 of you have played incredible games. We've worked together the whole game. We've worked together for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
I've been here. But it comes down to now I have to make a decision on what I want to do and who gets to go to the end and complete their case and who gets to fall as short.
And what is your reasoning behind the vote if you haven't decided yet? I mean, you have decided yet who you're voting for?
My two things that I need to take into account, that I've been taking into account all afternoon, are who was I loyal to? How do I win? I know I have to make a decision, and I know that someone's not going to be happy, and two people are going to be happy with me. And I hope that in the end, if the game is not too hard of feelings over any which way this goes.
So, this is the last time I get to vote. Yes. Oh my god, she's gonna be pissed when she sees it.
Alright guys, I will read the votes. First vote, Emily. Second vote, Andrea. One vote Emily, one vote Andrea. Third vote, Paddock. That's 2 votes. Emily, Paddock, 1 vote Andrea. Last vote, Andrea. Yeah. 2 votes Andrea, 2 votes Paddock. So, the Survivor New York rules state at the final 4, if there is a tie, the 2 people in the tie will not re-vote. So Sarah and Jack, you guys will be re-voting. If it continues to be a tie, all 3 people without immunity will draw rocks. The person who draws the miscolored rock will be out of this game. Oh my God.
I was coming into this vote really ready to like have a really exciting final tribal. Not that I don't think it will be exciting in a different scenario. I was excited to see a tie and let you guys battle it out, but I'm not ready to draw rocks. And I do know who I have a better chance against.
Oh man.
I respect it.
I mean, the way I see it, I have one of 2 options.
Oh my God!
God, I hope I didn't freak Jack out. I'm like stressing so hard I freaked Jack out. I couldn't write her name down earlier, but I'm not going to rocks. That was, oh God.
Okay guys, I will read the revotes. First vote, Emily. Last vote, Andrea. Oh my God. So here's how this is gonna work. Sarah, Andrea, and Emily, you guys are going to draw into this bag. There are 2 orange and there's 1 white. If you draw this one, you are out of the game.
Sorry.
3,
Don't
2,
go.
1, reveal. Bring me your torch.
All right. Love you guys.
Alright, you're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Oh my God. Alright, Andrea. Let's try this focus.
Do I get to keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright guys, you have made it as far as you can go in this game on your own. You guys are about to face the biggest challenge of the entire game, and it is the 8 people that you just voted out today, and ask them to vote for you to win. So prepare your thoughts, because this is going to be a very live final tribal council.
I'm proud of the game that I played. I snaked a lot of people. I snaked every single ally that I had, and like they still kept me around. My name came up at every tribal. You know, I saw that vision. I wanted it. I went for it. You know, at the end of the day, I was like hopeful that the jury would like appreciate my just fucking them all over and lying to their faces one by one. I had fun.
So I need to explain, I've been saying throughout this that Sarah and I know each other from Survivor Michigan, but we played Survivor Buffalo together. In Survivor Buffalo, Sarah went pre-merge and we worked together, and I went on to win Survivor Buffalo. I don't know what's going through her head, because I literally told her before we came over here, I won't blame you if you vote me. You win in a final through Andrea and Jack. I care about winning today, and I'm gonna get nasty if I have to, but hopefully I can just be lovable and like, oh my god, I'm Naomi. I played stupid for half this game and people bought it, and like I literally would, oh my god, are you hurt? Oh my gosh, like I love you, like oh my gosh, oh okay, let's give a hug. I don't like hugging strangers, but I hugged a lot of people this weekend, and I have to continue to be a different person, because if they know how what I've been saying in my confessionals, if they find that out, that jury won't want to vote me. When you guys watch this, I am sorry for what I've said in my confessionals, but please, right now this game is mine to lose. If I go into tribal and mess it up and say stupid stuff or like target or like contradict myself, then I might not have this win. But if I go in there and I just lay it out, I think even without going at them, how I played is levels and levels above. If I lose, it's my own fault. But as we know, I'm lucky, and luck can only get you so far in this game.
And I'm excited about it. I think I can do well if I remember to say everything that I'm supposed to say. I tend to be a pretty poor public speaker, so I'm kind of just hoping I'll get through all of my points that I wanted to get through. When I heard that we were picking rocks as the final challenge, it was just, my heart split in half. Like, that was the worst moment by far. I could not believe it. Jack, I could see it in his face that he was conflicted and he was thinking about it, and he was like, kind of like, fuck you, Sarah, you switched on me last minute. And he was thinking in his head how he could make a move. I still think it was really stupid of him, like honestly quite stupid for him to send it to rocks. I think it was a revenge move against me, and I think it was, he thinks in his head that that's a good move in front of the jury, when I don't see leaving it up to chance to be a good move at all when you know you could get Emily out. Like this tribal that happened because of that vote is worst case for Jack. But this game is all about perception, so you don't know who's actually making the moves. You don't know who said what first. Does it count as your move if you were thinking it and you said it aloud first to someone else, but then someone else also had the same idea and you come together? Like, is it still your move? I'm dreading an 8-0 type of situation, because I will feel really shitty for doing that to myself and Jack. I'm assuming Jack gets 0. He may scrape a vote out of somewhere. I don't know who it would come from. I think I pulled him in the 7 and he was there in the 7 with me because of me. And I think Andrea was the same way. So I like really pulled my 2 people who I didn't think would get any of the votes all the way to the end really well. I just couldn't follow through because my stupid heart got in the way. So we'll see how it turns out because of that.
But when it was shown that it was a tie and Sarah flipped to go to a tiebreaker, and then it was the tiebreaker is rocks, I had this moment of, this is a chance to do something. If I leave it to chance and it works out, I either, same thing it was, Paddock is going home, Sarah goes home, and I get to say, I was ruthless to anybody who tried to cross me, or Andrea goes out, and that was maybe not the best case scenario, that was probably the worst case scenario of the three, but to have that sense of having her on the jury, I think will make the jury a little bit nicer. Have this narrative in my head of, I started out shy, I wasn't willing to do things, I kind of wanted to float my way into pre-merge, through the pre-merge to get to the merge, and at the merge I could start making moves. But then I found a tight 7, and then I found a looser coalition and navigated the coalition waters, and then when it came to the end, when it matters, it was time for big moves. No, none of the votes were my idea. Every vote, somebody came up to me with an idea and said, we're voting this person. And I think part of that is because I was in that tight 7 and we immediately hashed out a pecking order, and we all agreed that that needed to be the pecking order. So I think not having anyone that I can immediately point to and say, you went home because of me, is challenging, because I feel like that could get brought up as an easy point that the other two may have that I don't. Pulled along to the end because they thought they could beat me is a real Final 3 horror show. My hope is that when they do say that, I'm able to spin it as an idea of, I made myself a person that you wanted to bring to it. Because in the end, this game it's a game, we're all playing it, we're having a good time, but at the end I have 17 new friends that I just made. And that has been huge, getting just to meet new people who love this game.
We'll now bring the members of the completed jury. Billy, TJ, Bennett, Kai, Alejandro, Davey, Kyle, and Andrea voted out at the last tribal council. Each are going to give an opening statement in front of the jury. You're going to explain your case as to why you should win this game, explain your moves, everything that you need to get off your chest. One by one, the jury's going to walk over here. They're going to make either statements or questions towards you. You're going to answer them. After that, we're going to get to the vote. They're going to vote for one of you to win this game and become the sole survivor. Make sense? Okay, so we're going to start with you, Sarah, for your opening statement.
Okay. First of all, it was so much fun. Like, seriously, both days were so much fun. I was really glad I played, and everyone was a great cast. I also want to say that all of my perceptions of the game may be different than yours, and if they are, call me out on it. I'm ready to answer your questions and kind of work through what happened together. I came into this game pretty intimidated by all of you. There was a lot of people here who had played before and together. I got here and 4 people had played Brooklyn South. I kind of knew from the beginning that I would have to play really quietly, and I would have to do the underdog thing to get far, because there were so many big threats, and I thought we could work on turning them against each other, and that was my goal all along. So at the merge, oh my god, and then you saw girl after girl after girl after girl be voted out in the beginning. You have to think there was meat shields going on, and especially at that tribe right before the tribe that went home, and I was gunning for Kai or Bennett, and that was when I knew that you guys weren't with me. And that you guys, I immediately targeted you guys as at 4 after that, and was like, you guys are meat shielding each other. And I told everyone that here. He was really going after you guys hard. I think that at the merge, I had exactly one path to the end that would result in me potentially having a victory. And I went along that path. Every single vote was how I wanted it to go. And my name was never written down.
So you see here we've got 2 veterans and a contender. I'd like to start out to clear the air. Sarah and I do know each other. We were in group chats for Survivor Mission together, but we played Survivor Buffalo together. So Survivor Buffalo happened and we were in an alliance together, and Sarah went pre-merge and I went on to win that game. As soon as in this game started, I started hearing about Kai and how people knew, TJ knew that Kai had won. He told us about that in our original tribe. So I right away knew, okay, so Kai's already has this target on her back because she won a game. I can't let anybody know that. I like googly eyes to Sarah every challenge, like praying that she didn't like rat me out. So I'm on this amazing Algonquin tribe. We all love each other, and we have like a 4 between me, Liska, and TJ and Billy, but there's probably a 4 between every combination of that tribe. Just like it was Kumbaya tribe. So I had to situate myself so I'd be fine, and I survived that first vote, and we went to those challenges and did what we had to do. I survived that. And then I draw the exile chip at the swap. I was hoping to draw the exile chip at that chip at the swap because I wanted an advantage. The story you all know about exile is not true. And instead of being I was given an advantage menu by Alex instead. I only changed it a bit. I was able to either choose a vote doubler, a save a friend, or just pick which tribe you're going to now. I chose the vote doubler. I could pick somebody whose vote would count twice in a tribal. Andrea, I'm really sorry. I used the vote doubler on Sarah at the tribal where Dresden went home. So everyone, she did vote for Dresden. I doubled her vote so that her vote on Kyle counted twice.
Oh my god!
I couldn't tell you guys that. So in this game, I fought hard. I was the last member of my tribe, fairly early into the merge. I literally panicked after the TJ vote a little bit. You know, I panicked a bit in this game. I thought, okay, it's orange is gone. Like, there's no way I can get there. So I had to get up early to try to find an idol. I had to just scrap my way through. I found idols, I played idols, I idled out Emily, I fought hard, I tried to overcome my anxious personality where as soon as I get nervous I talk way too much, so I'm sorry those of you who I annoyed. When I'm nervous, I don't shut up.
Okay. Alright, Jack, what's your opening statement?
Alright. So I want to go back to day 0. Day 0 was a roller coaster for me, but I'm sure you're all aware, I got into an accident coming up here, and that set in a mentality for me of like, I need to play, I made it up here anyway, and I kind of had this mentality of, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So I came to do this. When it turned into the actual game, it turned out in terms of a pre-merge strategy, it was easier to let other people drive for a change. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do leading up into the merge. I was terrified that I would go early. I was terrified. And so I was, number one, make it to the merge. I think that's why I got a bunch of, you're a goat and you're not playing to win superlative votes. And I respect that. I think that were true statements towards the end, towards the merge. By the time we got closer and closer to the end, you know, we had the 7, and there was no reason to stray from the 7. When we got to the 7, as a 7, it started turning into who is going to sit here and beat me. And the answers were people I started to vote for. When it got into the very end, I had a kind of epiphany of, I'm not sure where this is going to go in terms of what I've done. And so in that final round, it was, I need to win immunity, or I need to do something at tribal, and then I need to convince the jury that I deserve to win. So I won immunity, did something at tribal, and now I'm here to convince the jury that I deserve to win. This is my first time playing this game. You know, it was veterans versus contenders, and now we're all veterans. But there's a difference between I'm a veteran and I know how this game is played, and I'm brand new to this. Let's do it live and figure out how it goes.
Let's bring it over to the jury. This is your first time speaking since getting voted out. We're going to start it off with Bennett.
Seriously, congratulations. Also, hope we've cleared the air. There are no hard feelings. To me, everybody right now is playing on an equal playing field. You guys are all the final three, which means you guys all have just as much power in your hands right now, and we want to hear everything that you're saying. It probably comes as no surprise. I don't really have any questions, I just have comments. Sarah, I'll start with you. I think you played an incredible game from everything that I've seen. I would classify you as silent but deadly. To me, I went to you after the swap. I approached you, tried to get you to work with our tribe and flip on Jack, and it didn't work. And from that point on, we didn't communicate. And I respect that, that's fine. You stuck with your numbers and clearly it worked in your favor, so congratulations. Friendly but deadly. You played an incredible social game, and I feel like you talked to everyone. Last night when we merged, you and I were up in one of the flower beds while I was looking for an idol, foolishly. And, you know, even then you said, Pink's been driving me nuts. You know, Pink's been getting on my nerves. I feel like they've been lying to me, and I'm ready to jump ship. And then I found out that almost immediately you had gone to Davey and said that I had spilled the beans and didn't reveal anything about that. At the time, I was like, well, what the hell's going on? But looking back on it, you're just the type of player that touches every other player and makes sure that you're in almost every conversation that you can be in, and I really respect that, so good on you. Jack, invisible but deadly. And I don't mean that as an insulting thing, I mean that in the way of you and I had virtually no relationship. I tried to take you out several times because I just could not get a read on you. Even times when we talked, there were times where I felt like, there was one time actually where you came up to me and you asked me what my plan was, and I was on the bottom and I had nothing to lose, and I told you exactly what I was thinking, and I said, what are you thinking? And you struggled to come up with a single name for almost a full 30 seconds. To the point where I said, quickly, like what's going on? And you couldn't come up with a name. At the same time, I got. That was good on you. You got all the information out of me, you knew where my mind was headed, and you didn't have to give anything back. And so I also really, really respect that. I think that's very honorable and honorable way of playing. The one thing that I will say for tonight though, you guys already mentioned perception. Perception is reality. The thing that we want to see tonight as a jury is people owning their games. We've had time to have the apologies, the lies, the deceit, the sugarcoating. We don't want any of that tonight. We want honesty. We want to see you own your games and do not back down, because only one of you can win. So we really don't know which way that this is going to go. It could be a three-way split, it could be a two-way split, but there is no way that this is going to be a full landslide right now. And so you guys have the opportunity with 7 other people here to deliver that final statement and really own it. So I'm going to be sitting back, watching, seeing who's owning their game, and that's how I'm going to come to my decision. So that's all I got to say.
I just wanted to say congrats to all of you getting here. It was such a joy to play with all of you. So my question is normally in these mini survivors, as most of you know, it comes down to a lot of honesty, being open with people when it needs to be, and being transparent, but also having the wherewithal to know when to lie, when to deceive, and when to not tell the whole truth. So I feel like there are moments in these games where I got honesty out of all of you, but I want to know, what were some of your best lies that you told in this game, and why do you think they are the best ones to help you get to where you are now? So this is for each and every one of you.
I lied to Davey and told him I was voting for Andrea. I felt awful about it because I've been close with Davey the whole time, but Davey in the game was not beneficial to me in the game.
I think that some of my best lies came around relationships. There were people that right at merge, I had 2 groups approaching me, and no one side ended up figuring out that I wasn't with them. I had convinced the other side that I am fully against TJ and Billy. And in that, I was not. I wanted to work with them more than I wanted to work with Sarah. But I was smart enough to say, no, you gotta go with where the numbers are.
I think my best lies were to you guys. Those lies were really, really important because I needed you guys to feel strong that you would be in a 4 at 7. Whether you guys did feel strong, you at least thought you had a chance. I had 3 different 4s in my mind that I set up, and I was in all of them. So, and I really had to go down that path, and there was no other way I saw to having a chance at winning.
It was such a joy to meet and play with all of you. Thank you.
Okay, Billy, you're up next.
So congrats. Very proud of all 3 of you. Something that's come up a lot today, because I've sat through a lot of tribal councils watching y'all, has been perception. So I think my perception and a lot of the jury's perception of Jack has been that Sarah was the shepherd and you were her loyal sheep, and she just kind of dragged you along. I would like you to just change my mind on that.
I played the whole game with Sarah, and I felt tight with her through the whole thing. So if she came up to me with an idea, and I thought it was a good idea, she pitched me a lot of really, really good ideas that got me to this point, I was going to take them. I think that's the kind of decision that you have to make, is what are the decisions that I can make that make sense, that are good for me. Even if they're not exclusively your decisions, they're decisions that I made to go along.
Good luck.
My question is actually for the 2 of you girls. I want you two to distinguish the games that you played with each other and tell me how your strategy was different / better than the others.
So I'm going to start off by saying that I didn't have as many allies as Sarah did. I was constantly trying to find out, okay, so who can I work with as a number 1? And I liked working with Sarah, but I was always convinced that Jack and her were tighter than Sarah and I would ever be. So I had to be willing to talk to everybody to feel options out. Kyle's vote, I could barely, like, I sat there and I was considering figuring out what to do because I did not see either way necessarily a path to the final 3. I didn't see Jack forcing us to draw rocks. Sarah, on the other hand, didn't have to worry about that. She didn't have to, her name never came up, rarely came up in conversation, so she didn't have to back that down. She didn't have to figure out how to survive votes.
Yeah, everything Emily said is true. I do want to also touch on the last vote where I voted for you instead of Emily. That was out of just plain loyalty, and it would have broken my heart to vote for Emily because I did feel very close to her from like outside this world as well. And we did play super, super tight the whole merge. All of these guys, like everyone was coming to me because I had set it up so that no one thought I was gunning for them. Or if they did, they thought they could still sway me, but they weren't voting for me. They were putting the votes on you guys or you. Mostly you. But I thought I did a really good job of being in those conversations, but never being the target.
Yep.
Davey, you're up next.
Hi. Congratulations on making it to the final 3. And also kudos to you two for weaponizing a friendship before coming into the game. You don't know this, but Ben and I are best friends. Like, we go to each other's houses all the time. And so I somewhat like respect it, but I wrote his name down. So I feel some type of way. When I left the game, I said, I know who I'm voting for. I asked you, Jack, and I asked you, Sarah, to just throw me a bone and vote for Andrea. I've been trying to get her out from the start, and I wanted to go out in fashion, and you didn't do that. So at that point, I was going to vote for Paddock because also Kyle and Andrea didn't do the same. So she's my clear winner. She was my clear winner, but I told Kai I'm not voting for winners. So now I'm a little confused, and my feelings are a little hurt. we're gonna be friends after this game. So I just ask that you compliment me on something, like just compliment me and be genuine and like really make me feel good, because you did not make me feel good in that moment. Talk too much and I like will not remember what you said, and thus you might not get my vote, but compliment me too little and I might not give you my vote. So really think about it. Jack, you can go first.
You are so gracious. Day 0, or morning 1, I was shivering, and you said, I have a jacket. Let me get you my jacket. So you got me your jacket. Day 1, finger was weird. You're like, I got hydrocortisone. I felt so comfortable around you.
On a similar note, I think that you are extremely empathetic. You're able to go to people, and even when we weren't talking, like you were able to give me a hug and like say, Emily, you're good. Even after we necessarily didn't vote together, you're like, hey, it's good. I love you, hun. And I'm just like, every time you appreciate how other people are feeling.
And I just knew I had to vote for you because you were the most respected. You were a great player, like super great player, and you would get every jury vote if you were in this final 3, which I feel like you should take as a compliment of being a very good player. And again, the like personal things of like comforting people when they're down. Like I was in tears, and you noticed, and you came over and made sure I was okay. You always checked in with me, and that like is super, super respectable in a game like this. And I don't think you were doing it for the game. That's just who you are.
Thank you so much. I do feel better.
Oh my god.
Good luck, all.
Hey guys. It was a pleasure playing with you guys. No hard feelings. I love you guys, all 3 of you. We had discussions, we got to chat, we got to know each other. I do want to say sorry to Jack. So that rogue Jack vote was yours truly as a merge vote. Apparently people didn't actually know it was me. And I thought I was going to give it away, and apparently you got blamed for it, from what I was told. I don't know, but I do want to apologize. That was me. I know I lied right to your face. It was all in good fun. It was more to kind of spice it up a little bit. So, people know I played Survivor Brooklyn South. I was actually the runner-up for season 1, so I'm where you guys were, so I know how it is. And the biggest thing for me is not necessarily leadership, but making distinct moves. In the game, but not necessarily distinct moves as a group, but where you kind of own your game. And what I want to know from each of you is, what is one specific move that you either spearheaded or directed or were in charge of? Not necessarily following along, but you kind of either led the charge or developed. And be specific. I want specific. So.
One big move that I made was Billy over you, going first. Saw some faces, so. But I really felt like I could potentially, I wanted to keep around people I trusted more, and I'd never talked to Billy before. So that was one move I did. Another move, at the merge, I decided to pick up the buffs and hand them out to people. I felt a piece of paper in the buff, and I handed it to Emily because I knew she would come back and tell me about it. I didn't know about the word. But I wish I did, and I debated lying and just saying, oh yeah, it was on my side, but not doing that.
So for me, I played this game from a very different perspective in terms of I wanted to always have my alliance make the decisions together instead of having that one person that's shouting out at them, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this. So I would go to people and say, okay, so what's best for you, what's best for you, what's best for you, and I found, okay, so what's best for the majority to keep that alliance together. And that's what we did. But one specific move that was my move was idling out Emily F. I went to Dresden and I knew the votes were going his way. He was gonna go no matter what. I would be safe and he could go. And I could have done that and kept my idol. But I decided no, because he was convinced before we got to tribal that people were going to vote Davey. I don't know who got him to think that, but he thought 100% Davey. He was like, no, Dresden, it's you, and you need to play your idol, and then it's gonna be 2 votes on me, 2 votes on who we pick. We need to vote Emily because she's running these 3 people. And did it. Like, played the idols, and I ran and grabbed my bag because I needed my idol, and people knew I was gonna play it, but I'm not the kind of person that's like, I don't think I'm great at flat out lying, so I don't try to.
I'm terrible at lying. So I tried not to. There were situations where I was left with no choice, but something that I did consistently was, I'm going to be honest with people, and that honesty is hopefully going to be valued as someone that Jack will vote with us. We'll keep Jack around. My name gets thrown out, and it's immediately, no, we're not going to vote with Jack. I heard there were several attempts at my name getting thrown out where there were people who balked, and people who I weren't expecting to balk. At the first swap challenge, Matt got pitched my name, and I was told that he was not about it. So in terms of moves, I think I played a very public game and a very honest game.
But is there anything that you specifically were in charge of? Not necessarily being honest with people, but a move that you made or you felt that you kind of led or drove?
I will be honest, I don't think I led anything in this game. I wish that I had, because then I'd be able to answer your question with an actual answer.
I appreciate that. Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right, Kyle, you're up.
Hey. Congrats, guys. You guys did awesome. I'm very happy for all three of you. We're all such big fans of Survivor. Coming out here to play like this on a weekend is amazing. It's a dream come true for a lot of us. I can't wait until this airs.
Yes.
Yeah, none of us can.
Amen.
So I really want to know, like, there's so many different things that happen in a season of Survivor that just shape the season, shape what's happening, and shape how the outcome ends. And I just want to know from each of you, like, one big thing, or maybe there's a few big things that you think really stand out that make this season this season. What's gonna, like, when we watch this, what are we gonna stand out to us? Because I think it's important to, as a good Survivor player, to know what these factors are.
I really think that a huge turning point was when you and Billy were forced to keep people out of your tribe. Because that, like, we call ourselves the fuck off tribe. Like, we were fucked off by our tribe. So we really, like, I walked over there and immediately knew, like, that the blue and orange were, like, working together, and pink was in trouble, on my tribe at least. And so I said, like, first thing I said, I was like, I'm going to box for you guys. It's us. And I really think that was, like, we all really stuck to that. And that was a turning point in the game, because that was when, like, the meat shield thing came together. And again, I think I was the first one to bring that up and tell you guys that was happening at the other tribe. And that kind of storyline played out through the whole rest of the game.
Mine was literally picking up right where hers left off, where that double tribal, those two tribes went together, and 5 votes Kyle, and then 4 votes for Dresden. Yeah. And Alejandro plays his idol, and yet somehow after that, we all still were like, it's us, it's us, it's us. It's not, it, like, we're against the Algonquin tribe at that point. And some reason those 7 were able to stick together all the way to 7, and it's, I think, because we had that bonding experience of tribal, where in this game you only trust people, like, when you see where they stand. And Alejandro and Davey and Kyle were able to feel good enough about where they stood after that they didn't worry about that 7, even though Bennett called it. He could call it, you guys couldn't.
Yeah.
I can give a quick answer.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I think I'll give a quick answer, but I'll give like 3 answers. I think 3 moments that are going to stand out from this season are in chronological order. And these are moments that I was at. I can't speak for anything that I wasn't at. I imagine that 2 idol tribal goes up here as well. But my moments that I think are going to stand out were the sand digging challenge. Yeah. I mean, the fact that we all just laughed, it was the sand digging challenge. And then the double tribal, and then the final 4 tribal councils. Those are the big 3 to me that are going to be top 3 moments of Survivor New York.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Finish it up, Kai.
Hi guys. Congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. Honestly, I have no complaints about this entire cast. I love all of you. You guys are already like my family. I've already been texting my mom about you guys. Like, I think that this game means so much to me. It always has. And getting into my question, like, I've been watching this since I was 4 years old. And I always loved the final tribal councils because I loved when you guys, or like people in your positions, were sitting there fighting for their lives. And for me, it was always easy. Even as a child, I was like, it's outwit, outplay, outlast. And I used to sit in bed on Sunday nights after the 3-hour finale. It was 11 o'clock at night. I was 10 years old, and I remember sitting there thinking, what would I say if I was in that position? Outwit, outplay, outlast. That's all you got to say to me. That's like, you've got to prove yourself. Outwit, outplay, outlast. That's the game. So I want to know, how did each of you, specifically, in short, how did you outwit, outplay, and outlast the 2 other people sitting next to you?
I think at this moment we're all on equal footing. Outlast, I'm gonna win, and I will have the first place, second, third. Outwit, I think I played a smart game in terms of what I was thinking, how I was going through. A lot of thoughts were going through my head throughout the whole game in terms of what's going on, what kind of decisions do I have to make. Yeah, I did win an immunity, and I won the last immunity that counts. That's important. I think it was just, I did a little bit of outwitting and a little bit of outplaying, and I did a lot of outlasting, and I hope that is enough.
Alright, I'd say, I'm going to try to keep it short. I outwitted because I was able to balance the emotional and the strategic. I was able to make the decisions based on strategy when I needed to, and I was able to still be human and build the connections and let those connections take me far. Versus potentially making a crazy emotional decision. Sorry. Outplay, I got up every time. I was looking for every advantage. During the auction, I was thinking, okay, something's going to be in that one. The way I'm watching Chris's face, okay, so maybe there's something in this. No, there's not in that. Just literally everything I was analyzing this entire game. I was analyzing everyone's body language. How are you interacting with each other? Where's everything? Like, my mind was going and going and going. The end of day 1, I had a mind-splitting headache, and day 2, a little easier in terms of the less people to watch. Outplay, and I launched myself in a tree to find an idol that Jack was smart to scoop up. I was always just trying to be one step ahead. And Outlast, unlike these 2, I had to really turn things around, because after idling out Emily, I had a target on my back. Oh, Bennett's ears picked up right away. She had an idol? Like, what? At Merge, she was like, she had an idol? And so I had this target in terms of that. I had a target in terms of being the person that was trying to play both sides at the beginning of the Merge. And the last person standing from my original tribe, I didn't have a day 1 connection for more than half of this game. And so that's why I think I outwitted, outplayed, and outlasted both of these 2.
Sarah?
I think I would outwit better because my name was literally never written down. I was thinking long term from the very beginning, and I had specific conversations with people where I would tell them, I'm not in charge of the votes. They just tell me who to vote for. And I was purposefully playing the GOAT because I thought that was my shot at the end, and if I could explain it well enough and people could ask me specific questions about specific moves, then I could potentially pull out a win. Again, on outwit, like, I relied on lying for sure. Like, I used that more than either of these 2. Maybe not more than you, actually. We both lied significantly, I think. But that was kind of my move. That was what I knew I had to do because people had to feel safe. And so I think I've already talked about that. So in terms of the Emily and I relationship, I felt very strongly that I could trust her at least until this point. And I do think that I was in charge of most of the moves, and things that I wanted to happen ended up happening, even if they were mistakes. I got the mistakes superlative, and I'm not gonna say I didn't make mistakes. Outlast, yeah, what you guys said, we're like, we outlasted. And I had a long-term plan the whole way, didn't get any votes, definitely outlasted. And then outplay, I only won one immunity, but I was in almost every single one of them. And I was one of the last 3 in almost every single one. So I really think I brought like a competitive, the ones I did win or almost win were the endurance ones, which are kind of who wants it bad enough. And my thing was shaking way longer than Kyle's, but I wasn't gonna let go because I wanted Kyle out at that point. Yes.
I am going to give you the opportunity to make a very quick closing statement. So Sarah, we're going to start with you.
So I think I've pretty much laid out a lot of my game, or at least the big moments for me. But again, it was always, like Emily said, being super observant of how you guys were behaving and who you guys anticipated a threat was, and super, like, exploiting that, getting threats to vote out each other, because I knew I had to play the underdog game. Like, I do not think there was another route for me to be here or have a winnable shot here.
All right. You've heard lots from all of us, so I hope that after hearing everything that you can see the game as clearly as possible as a jury can, and that you respect my game, and that you can see that I really played this game hard, and I would be a great representative for a season because I came here to win.
Thank you, Jack.
I'll be really quick. I came here to have fun. I had fun. I hope you all had fun. I tried to make it fun. In terms of veterans, contenders, this was my first time playing. I didn't know anybody here. I came in at the end of day 0, just with a group of people who had already been talking, and I tried to navigate that as best as I could. If I play again, when I play again, I've learned a lot of lessons. I've learned a lot about how I would do things differently, but I have no regrets in how I played this game.
Thank you guys. You have completed the final tribal council. You have done everything you could in this game, but it is now up to the jury to make their final decisions. It's your time to vote. It's your time to decide who's going to win this game and represent you guys in your season. All right, let's do it.
I think I smelled right. My mind is blown just by what I heard at Tribal and how well you manipulated this game, won a previous game, and nobody knew and played just an amazing game under the radar. You had idols. Congrats, girl. I'm so proud of you. You deserve this.
I think you played a hell of a game. You're a fierce competitor. You beat me in challenges and you kept me on my toes. Your strategic game was off the charts. You know, we bonded pretty quickly, and you know, just being able to talk ideas with you was amazing. And I think, you know, just the lies that you were able to hide, but that benefited you, and what was revealed in Final Travel was just remarkable. And I'm honored to write your name down, and I hope you're the winner of our season, because I think you'd be a great winner.
Played a fierce game, you lied, I respect that. You're great. Pink power. God bless.
So guys, in this urn I have the votes for the winner of Survivor New York. Season 4. I will read the votes. First vote, Emily P. Paddock. That's 1 vote for Paddock. Second vote, Sarah. Third vote, Paddock. That's 2 votes Paddock, 1 vote Sarah. Fourth vote, Sarah. That's 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Paddock. Fifth vote, Paddock. That's 3 votes Paddock, 2 votes Sarah. Sixth vote, Sarah. That's 3 votes Sarah, 3 votes Paddock. 2 votes left. Seventh vote, Paddock. That's 4 votes Paddock, 3 votes Sarah, 1 vote left. Last vote, Sarah. Oh my god! Oh my god! We have a tie, so in this scenario, Jack, you have placed in 3rd. You are making the deciding vote. I need you to come with me. Right now, don't say anything. Don't
Nobody talk.
And let's go. You're going to cast the vote for the winner. You are the last member of our jury. Alright guys, I have the final vote, and I will read it. The winner of Survivor New York Season 4, Veterans versus Contenders is... Paddock! Congratulations, Paddock. Paddock, do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
Hey! Sorry for me things I said in my confession.
We take back our vote!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, I know you're in the jury chat, but... No, maybe I should just text everyone can just say their name. That's a better way.
Hey, it's Emily Paddock. It's the day after Survivor New York. I am crowned the winner of Season 4, and it feels really good to just have all my hard work pay off and to win my 2nd game ever. People are saying a little bit that I'm like Sandra, but I'd like to say no, Sandra is like me. No, kidding. I'd just like to say that I'm not Sandra because I actually won on my own merit. But I'm really excited because maybe I'll be coming back, who knows?